Welcome back students to English Prose. Unit 1 Exploring Symbols Part 2. I hope you understood the previous video. Also you must have enjoyed the beautiful poem by Rabindranath Tagore, Where the Mind is Without Fear. In this video I am going to explain to you activity 5 to 10. This unit is called Exploring Symbols. Dear students, we come across different symbols in our day-to-day life. A symbol is not only an image, it can be a word or an object. Try to recognize the symbols that I am going to show you now. Yes, this is the famous car logo. It is a symbol of Mercedes. And this is BMW. Can you recognize this symbol? Yes, a pigeon symbolizes peace. And this symbol? Any guesses? This is a symbol of knowledge, wisdom. So my dear friends, different symbols are used in our day-to-day life which symbolizes a meaning. Now look at these religious symbols. Just by looking at these symbols, we recognize the religion. So a symbol is a word, image or object that represents something else. Rabindranath Tagore used his pen name Sun Lion or Bhanu Simbha while publishing his poems. Symbols are very common in poetries and stories. Rabindranath Tagore himself has used these symbols in his poetries. In this line, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Tagore tells us that reason is a stream. Tagore thinks of reason as if it is a stream. The stream is a symbol of reason. Similarly, dreary desert sand. It symbolizes that there is no hope from the people. Dead habit. Dead habit refers to the superstitious habits of the people that was prevailing during the time of independence. Heaven of freedom. It symbolizes a place where there are no restrictions and people are free to follow any religion or culture or speak any language of their choice. Tagore wrote India's national anthem and is very much loved. There are many other symbols of India that are also loved by her people. Consider the national bird, tree, game, fruit, etc. There are many symbols of India. Dear students, I want you to draw at least 10 symbols in your notebook. How many colors are there in our national flag? Yes, 3 colors, orange, white and green. And you all know that these colors symbolizes some meaning. Saffron color represents courage and sacrifice. White represents peace and truth. And green represents prosperity. There are other colors also which represent some meaning. Dear students, I want you to show at least 10 colors in your notebook and also write what it represents too. Now let's move on to activity 7. Dear students, instead of writing my class, my group, I want you to write my family. Discuss in your family about the national symbols of India and solve these activities. Just as poems have symbols and India has symbols, stories often have symbols too. Many stories use animals as symbol. For example, many stories use the lion as a symbol of royalty. When a black cat crosses the way, some people change their direction saying it is a bad luck. In India, for many people, a cow represents motherhood, while for farmers, it is a symbol of prosperity. Now, look at this picture. Each animal represents some meaning. Now, let's move on to the next activity. This is a story of two animals, the fox and the rabbit. There was once a very clever fox who went on bragging of his cleverness. To brag means to speak too proudly about yourself. Once he told a rabbit that he knew 100 ways to escape enemies. The rabbit replied that he knew only one way, but it worked well. The fox boasted of teaching the rabbit many ways to escape. Just at that time, they heard a pack of hunters coming towards them. Immediately, the rabbit leaped down into his hole and was gone. Then he asked about the fox's plan. The fox kept on thinking about one way or another to escape. Till then, the hunters caught him up and he was soon carried off. The story teaches us a moral. It tells us to focus on one goal at a time. If we do many things at the same time, we will not be able to complete it perfectly. The moral of the story is do one thing at a time but do it perfectly. We all know that in reality, animals don't speak or have conversation among themselves, but we use them in stories to give us a moral in life. Let's move on to the next activity 10. It's a famous Akbar Birbal story, but this story also teaches us something. One night, Emperor Akbar dreamt that he had lost all his teeth except one. The next morning, he invited all the astrologers of his kingdom to interpret his dream. They told about the future that all his relatives would die before him. Emperor Akbar was very upset and turned out all the astrologers unrewarded. Later, Birbal was asked to interpret the dream. Birbal said that emperor would live a longer and more fulfilled life than any of his relatives. Emperor was pleased with Birbal's interpretation and rewarded him handsomely. It's a way of looking at a problem. This story teaches us to look at a problem in a positive way. Dear students, we all face problems. It is up to us how to look at the problem. If we look at the problem in a negative way, we would always be sad. But if we are positive, we would get ideas to solve it and we would be happy and contented. So the moral of the story is develop a positive attitude. Always find out something good from everything and everyone. Dear students, I want you to solve this activity. You can use a symbol of your choice. For example, a problem can be seen as a mountain or a jalebi. A solution can be symbolized as a lighted candle or a bulb. We have come to the end of this Unit 1 Exploring Symbols. I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you.